YouTube, B3 here back with another kicking action figure review. Yes, today's review is over the Marvel Legends Infinite series Captain Marvel figure from the Odin the Allfather or King Thor Build-A-Figure wave. Yeah, it's a really weird Build-A-Figure because there were three figures that had the main parts, which were the body and the legs. That was Thor, Iron Fist, and Hawkeye. And then there were the running changes, and depending on which running changes you got, you could build Odin or King Thor. I got Sentry, and he came with Odin's arms, but if you got Machine Man, then you got the King Thor arms. And same thing with Captain Marvel here, and her running change, Scarlet Witch. You could either get the Odin head and weapons and cape with Scarlet Witch here, who's actually a really good figure in her own right. I did get the chance to handle her yesterday. When I got this figure, I got him with a buddy, and he picked up Thor, Iron Fist, and Scarlet Witch. She's doing the Build-A-Figures. But I picked up her and got the King Thor option parts, which are cool. I'm not going to do this Build-A-Figure because I have feature Build-A-Figures I want to do. See, King Thor, head, axe, and cape. Because, I want to build Filler Hobgoblin, and I want to build Thanos, so whatever. But yeah, this is Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, one of my favorite Marvel characters, Carol Danvers. She's fantastic, loved her as Miss Marvel. And I haven't read much of her as Captain Marvel, but if she's anything like she used to be, she's still probably really great. I do plan on picking up the trades for her solo Captain Marvel series, though, eventually. Really, really cool. Right now I have her on a Tamashi flight stand, all up and stuff. Really, really neat. I just busted out my Tamashi stands. I've had them for months. I figured, what the hey, she's a flying character, so flight stand. Push that out of the way. And here she is. She's in the Moonscope mold. It's a very fantastic mold. Really, really great. Digging it. Let's just straighten her out here real quick. There we go. Easy enough. Here's her head sculpt. Pretty good head sculpt, actually. Really liking the hair. This hair on the back, they kind of had it come back a little so that you could make her look up, and then the ab crunch so she can fly and stuff, Good thinking, Hasbro. Lots of great paint in the hair. Looking great. Her eyes are a little meh. She was the only one, so I couldn't compare it to all the other figures in Toys R Us. They had several pegs of this wave, actually. So, they had every figure. But meh. Jano, it doesn't look that bad. I want to keep this head on her, but I'm not sure yet. But very nice sculpt. Paint, otherwise, is really good. The paint here on the arms doesn't seem even, but I don't really care. Her star in the center looks really good. This looks great right here. That star does. Got her wrap. These dots are real clean. They're like little buttons. Really nice. I like that she doesn't have heels on, because those would be a pain to fight in, even if she is flying most of the time. And it also makes it a lot easier to stand her up in my display. Wish they'd put these numbers on the bottom of the feet again like they used to. And she got a booty. Big one. And it's really nice. Nice little fists. Just a really, really cool figure. Really digging her. And now, how about some articulation? Yeah, the head, I already showed you. Ab crunch moves all the way around, and that paint line goes all the way up the crunch, which is awesome. This arm I have a little trouble moving. I feel like I'm going to hurt this joint if I move this joint, but this one moves just fine, as you can see. And forward and back also, bicep swivel. You got elbow bend right there, and then an elbow swivel. And then you got forward and back on the wrists, swivel on the wrists, and nothing on the waist as usual. In and out on the legs, forward and back, all that movement. Thigh swivel, double knee bend, and then you've got a nice little ankle pivot down here, as well as up and down on the foot, and of course peg holes and etc. So yeah, that looks really good. So she moves pretty well, I think. Now here's Danvers with her interchangeable head. This is like her mask that she can, put on. And it looks cool. It doesn't have that eye paint problem. Obviously, because the eyes are just white and then they're just bordered in black. Which looks nice. Her lips look fuller on this, even though they're the same. I held both the sculpts up and the lips are really just exactly the same. But they look different just because of the head sculpt around it. Lots of nice sculpting around the ears here. Mohawk looked great. Very nice sculpt. It might be a new sculpt. I'm not sure if like Storm had this or something, but I'm pretty sure that it's new. I don't know. There's paint detail in there. That's how far the head goes back with this head on. And it's still got all the nice movement that the other head did. But yeah, I mean, she looks good with this head on as well. Not a problem. And here she is with her cosmic energy effect. Gotta say, I wish it was kind of like a yellowish color instead of this pink, because this is just like copy and paste Jubilee effect. This is the Jubilee effect. I think, anyways. But I'm not liking the purple. I wish it was yellow. I want a yellow effect. just being picky. But still, it just slips right onto her fist. No big deal. Easy peasy. But, I mean, yeah, that's it for her accessories. Just the head and the energy effect. But still really cool. I liked how they gave us the head option, actually. I see her unmasked, like more than I see her masked, actually. And now it's size comparison time. Here's Captain Marvel with some other Marvel Legends, Hasbro, fairly recent ones, all Infinite series. Here on the left we have Sentry from the same wave as her. And here on the right we have Spider-Girl from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Ultimate Green Goblin Build-A-Figure Wave. And, now that I look at them all together, these were actually some weird sizing choices. Because the Sentry is like this big buff figure with the Hyperion mold. It's all big and oversized, kinda. But it works for him because he's Sentry and he's supposed to be huge. But he's bigger than most male figures. And then Spider-Girl, who is the young girl sculpt that they made for this figure specifically. She's one of my favorite Marvel Legends, by the way. She's right in the front of my display. And she really just has this young girl mold because she's a teenager, so she would be smaller than Carol Danvers, obviously. And yeah, but if my Moonstone mold memory serves, then this is good. This is good right here. I think, personally, that Captain Marvel scales up well with your modern Marvel Legends, modern Hasbro stuff. And then here she is with some figures that are a little different. Here on the left we have the Toy Biz Battle Ravaged Spider-Man, who's, just from a different toy company that had Marvel Legends. And then here on the right we have the Diamond Select, Marvel Select, Amazing Spider-Man. And I know I'm just showing Spider-Man stuff mostly, but that's what most of my Marvel Legends are. So, sorry about that. I don't have as much cosmic stuff to show off with her. But, she's probably going to work with some Toy Biz Marvel Legends. Lots of the Toy Biz Marvel Legends are a little smaller. And, but this Peter Parker was, like, in high school, fresh graduate, so maybe you can work them. Maybe not all your Toy Biz Marvel Legends, though. They seem to have their own kind of proportions and stuff. And then here on the right, Diamond Select stuff's just going to be too big. It's not going to work. Maybe a few select ones, no pun intended, like Ultron and Rhino. Some bigger ones might work, but no. For the most part, she's not going to scale up well with Marvel Select figures. So all in all, what are my final thoughts on the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Captain Marvel from the Odin the Allfather Build-A-Figure wave? Well, she's actually really cool. This whole wave is actually cooler than I thought it was, because I've had the chance to mess with every figure in the wave, with the exception of Machine Man. Because I have Hawkeye and Sentry, and then a buddy of mine has the rest of them, and I messed around with Iron Fist and everyone yesterday. And I'm real tempted to get the rest, actually. Like, I'm not interested in the Build-A-Figure at all. And I promised my friend my parts that I wasn't going to use, actually. I gave him the arms that came with Sentry yesterday. I just handed him his way. I was like, you need these more than me, so you can just have them. You don't have to get your own Sentry. Even though I love this Sentry figure, I haven't even put him in the display yet. I reorganized my display the other day, and I didn't even include him in it because I'm just messing around with him too much. Put the Hawkeye in there, though. But I am loving this Carol Danvers. She's going to be on my nightstand for a long time. I can already tell. She's one of my favorite Marvel characters, and this might be one of my favorite Marvel Legends. One of my favorite female ones, anyways. I got a few like Black Cat and Spider Girl and stuff. I'm about to be getting several more as well. But yeah, I am really, just really loving this figure. So all in all, I think I got to give her 4 out of 5 stars. I mean, she's not perfect. Got a little paint trouble on the eyes. Not too keen about the purple on this accessory, honestly. And they're just tiny little minor things, really. Just little minor things with her. But overall, fantastic figure. Better than the Hawkeye, if that means anything. Definitely better than the Hawkeye. Really nice. Really nice. So yeah, that's it, everyone. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. You got Facebook, Twitter, follow back on Twitter. All kinds of great stuff. Yeah, so be sure to check out the cool links. Got other channels and all kinds of crazy things. So yeah, that's it. Thank you all so much for your support, and I will see you all later.